Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about a really cool budget knife from CJRB called the Bolt. Back when I first got into playing with knives and recollecting knives again, CJRB was always on my radar because A, I was buying a lot of budget knives, and B, they were doing some really cool stuff. They had a lock called the Recoil Lock. I had a model Craig with a recoil lock, and it was a little metal lock that you pulled back and it actuated a bar lock inside the knife. Well, this knife utilizes the Bolt here, utilizes the Recoil Lock V2, which you can see right here instead of having it on the side. You've still got the bar lock on the side, so you can operate this recoil lock just like a regular bar lock. Or you can operate it using this pullback here on the top. Or you can use a combination of both, which I've found to be kind of the most practical for me, is just to reach up there and either get the bars or just get a bar and the fin, as I call it. Kind of looks like a little fin to me. But it's very cool, simple lock that kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility on some proven knife technology, right, with the bar lock. Because it locks up the same way. You've got your tang right there, and the bar is now pushed back by the round part of the tang, and it's going to slide right into that slot. And when it does that, it creates lockup where you have no side to side, no up and down, as stable as you could want in an EDC knife. G10 handles, AARPM 9 steel, which is Artisan Cutlery CJRB's proprietary steel. It's coated with a DLC type coating. You've got some minimal branding with CJRB here on the show side. You've got AR RPM 9 and the model number. I think that's J18 or 90 or at 960. I can't really tell. And I don't have leprosy. I've got a little cat that's been living with me that's kind of going nuts. But it's also got amber or kind of an orange, bronzy, rust-colored thumb stud that works very, very well. But where this knife really shines, in my opinion, is its makeup, its blade stock, which is very thin, and its cutting geometry, which is very good. You've got this almost full flat grind, tall blade, this drop point that's very slicey. You've got this really nicely integrated front finger choil and this jimping on the spine. So if I want to hold the knife back here, I can. I find myself holding it right here or using it to do detail cuts. I just put my finger up here, but for most of my cuts, this finger choil works very, very well. So let's see how paper cuts aren't always the best test, but the geometry works very well. This is the factory edge. This has not been sharpened by me, not been stropped by me. The geometry of this little knife is great. I mean, it works through materials very well. I've cut a good deal of cardboard, which is pretty abrasive. And it still comes back and cuts paper fine. So I've been really impressed with the geometry of the blade, the weight of the knife, which is very light. We'll see that here in a second. And the size of the knife, which for me is very functional for an EDC knife. The price of the knife goes without saying. It's a fantastic value. Comes in under 50 bones. And you're getting a proprietary new lock. Proprietary is probably the wrong word, but kind of the Recoil Lock V2 is new technology on a knife. I think it's cool. Great action. Great snap. Very good detent, closes with authority, however you choose to close it. If you don't like thumb studs, you can simply just give it a little flick, pull back on that fin, or pull back on that bar lock. It does have Omega springs that are adjustable. You've got a couple of places here in the liner where you can move those to make them tighter or make them a little lighter. Very nice knife. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons. First, the most common suspect, we'll look at it next to the bug out, which is going to be very close to in size. Spyderco Pair 2, good bit smaller. The Sharpie. So I'm going to say it's about bug out size. Design different, the blade looks different, the choil's done differently. Still a great sharpening choil, but also a finger choil. You can use any part of that choil, or you can use the flat. I use the entire choil, but that's just the way my hand works well with it. Let's measure this guy out real quick. Right under 7.5 inches overall. The blade is going to be 3 1/4 exactly. The cutting edge is going to be 2 3/4 over by about a 32nd. The handle is going to be 4 1/16. The interior grip right here is 3 1/2 inches. So that's 3 1/2 inches from right here to right here. Say 4 1/4 splits this choil in half. So 4 1/4 from right here to right here. About halfway through that choil. You do have a very functional deep carry clip. I've been carrying this knife. It goes in and out of pocket exceptionally well. Just boom. Just enough texture to keep it in place. You got that little bit of frag, but it's not going to tear your pants up. It's kind of a light milling in that G10. But it goes right down in there. Full deep carry. Light, thin. I think it's a perfect little basic cutter that you can get for under 50 bones that is not going to take up a lot of space in your pocket. That's going to do most things you need it to do, especially for EDC, urban EDC, which for me is opening bags, cutting paracord every now and then, tearing into Amazon packages. 2.7 ounces. You can't beat that, guys. It's a very lightweight little knife with G10, thin G10, but if you notice, it's done very well. You've got these contour or inset liners that have milling for weight relief. Let's see if I can get you a better view of that. Steel liners with weight relief. This is a Woburn X4, a really cool budget light that I'm going to have coming up pretty soon on the channel. I did an unboxing, but I'm going to do an actual review on this guy because it's really cool full function light for not a lot of cash. Really cool, Woburn X4. But anyway, this is the CJRB Bolt. I think it's a winner for what it is. Very, very solid lockup, solid little knife. It's a great budget knife, G10, AR RPM 9 steel, fully coated, great jimping on the spine, using the Recoil Lock V2, which is the first time I've seen the V2 used. It works very, very well, however you choose to employ it. You do have a reversible clip, have a lanyard hole, just a well-built knife, guys. I'm stoked. Wanted to share it with you. I want to say thank you for anybody who watches my content. I want to give a special thank you to the channel members. I appreciate you guys and gals. And I want to just say I appreciate you all. If you haven't had a chance yet and you're so inclined, if you please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon to let you know when videos come out, that would be awesome. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments help. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.